think the young players need to realise that every house is built on a foundation, so is every player's performance.
First day we always test them where they are physically.
It might be that some guys need to bulk up. It'll be an opportunity in pre-season to make them bigger.
We hand them over really to the strength and conditioning team.
We can determine who's been working, who's not, so you know, there's no chance to hide in the modern game.
At the end of pre-season we test them again just to make sure that we're ready for the season.
We need to find a base for everybody where they're at.
It's all about football play, different movement patterns, at speed, with quality as well.
Do it regular, don't overtrain, don't undertrain, go to bed early at night.
Put the work in and you'll get something out of it.
Well, the idea today with working with Nani was he couldn't join him at the full group because he kind of contact with his injury, so for him his game relies on quickness of his foot and quickness with the ball. So a lot of the drills that we work on are designed for quick change of direction, reactive with the ball, and obviously to accumulate a number of different touches with the ball. So what you would have seen in that drill is you know, he's dribbling with the ball because that's the kind of game player he is. He's always reactive to the environment. So it was a series of soccer balls around, and that was a stimulus for directional change. Two touches. So one at your feet, one to the good. Complete ball. It's alright. Okay, you get the idea, yeah? At your feet, deliver. Good. That's the technique we're after. Yeah, it's good now. If we look at team sports, soccer being, you know, obviously a team sport, it's about movement. So movement fundamentals are still there. You still have to run on one leg. You jump off one leg. You know, you still have to land and absorb forces. And so consequently, them movement fundamentals are so important to what we do. And every single day it's a repetition of their movements, you know, increasing their mobility to be able to repeat these kind of movements throughout the game. And that is why, as you know, for young players coming through the system, you really need to dedicate your time to the Spark type training, because that's what you do. It's them skills that you build up in the preparation phase, the warm-ups and so on and so forth, that take us in to the 90 minutes of competition. We just build them bases on, we scaffold up the challenges, and we add the intensity to it, but we can't neglect them fundamentals. What the importance of that drill was, it was a continuous drill, so he's working for 45 seconds work and it's 15 seconds active recovery. Now he'll do a 4-minute block, so repeat that 4 times. The idea of that is to really target the central component of his physiology, i.e. his heart rate. So the idea of that drill will be to keep his heart rate high, to put in a lot of different directional changes, because one thing that we know from sports science is that the more and more directional changes you have, running sideways, backwards, working with the ball, the energy cost goes up. Consequently, the higher the heart rate is. So that's the kind of work that Nani was doing in that drill. So it was like a 45-second, it was interval-based work over a longer duration.
When you exercise, your body does create byproducts. Lactic acid is one example. One of the main things that we do is to try and aid the body's recovery by helping us to relax the muscles and flush out that system. Bodies change from week to week, from week 1 to week 36. Obviously the muscles are becoming more and more toned. They start to get a little bit tighter during pre-season itself, and then start to get into a game situation. What we suggest, a lot of like to Paul Scholes, Danny Welbeck, or any of the players, is a lot of rehydration, plenty of water. You know, if they can get into a swimming pool where there's deep water, pressure of the water will aid recovery. If you take a little bit of time out and just 10-15 minutes of an evening where you have a nice warm bath, you know, your blood vessels open up, you get fresh blood, nutrients, oxygens in there, clear byproducts that you've built up during your exercise regime, whatever it may be.
Obviously, we did the extensive endurance work last week. That we create that in 10v10s, 11v11 type games. Now, what we would do is start to shorten these distances up and bring the numbers down. So we might go into 8v8, 7v7, 6v6s. And what that does is it quickens things up. So you act in smaller areas. Your brain's got to be quicker. You've got to move quicker to get hold of the ball. So we're moving more into the small-sided type stuff. We're still building on the speed preparation, so we'll still integrate Spark most days in terms of some Spark component to what we do, but we really want to start hitting them higher speeds and building up the high speeds and really quicken things up, not just with the ball but without the ball as well.
Mistakes as a kid. It's really important to make mistakes. You know, people sometimes see failure in mistakes, but mistakes can make improvement. And as long as you know how you're making those mistakes, and sometimes you see the pros making huge mistakes, but then they go out again and they practice it and develop it and bring it onto the field again. Don't be too disappointed because you've had a go at it. You've actually reached probably stages that other people haven't reached. And I think that can bring out through football, you know, a certain character and a determination for the future in individuals.
The session is what we call a sort of routine we do mainly before we play the next day. So it's what we call a 3-ball routine, where it's going to be a shot outside the box, followed up by a cross, which has to be defended. But as soon as that first cross has been dealt with, there's a third ball coming in, which happens a lot. So there's a bit of reactivity, so it's exciting exercise. And you know, you look at the quality of the passing, the quickness and the smoothness of the combinations on the wing, the variety, and most important, the quality of the final ball. Do they pick up the right player? Do the players in front of the goal make the right runs? Are they attacking the near post run? Is the back post covered? Is the edge of the box covered? So the players that play that final ball, they can make different decisions where to play that final ball. Anything you can do one touch, do one touch. There's no point in taking an extra touch. So you constantly need to think ahead. So we don't want reactive players, we want proactive players. Players that can play with a picture in their mind. So in other words, if I would say stop, what are you going to do? Then he should say, well, I'm doing this first, but if that's not happening, I'm going to do this or that. I think the young players need to realise that every house is built on a foundation, so is every player's performance.
First day we always test them where they are physically.
It might be that some guys need to bulk up. It'll be an opportunity in pre-season to make them bigger.
We hand them over really to the strength and conditioning team.
We can determine who's been working, who's not, so you know, there's no chance to hide in the modern game.
At the end of pre-season we test them again, just to make sure that we're ready for the season.
We need to find a base for everybody where they're at.
It's all about football play, different movement patterns, at speed, with quality as well.
Do it regular, don't overtrain, don't undertrain, go to bed early at night.
Put the work in and you'll get something out of it.
They don't need to hesitate. If they had some intercept or they are doing the counter attack, they need a quick decision to make a decision, and then they don't hesitate and they keep going to the straight to the goal, and that's the more important thing. So if don't worry about any mistake or any hesitate things, so then you have to think about the positive things. You always use your brain, so you have to think about what's going on around me, and then what's the situation. So if you look into that position, then you can get any rebound first than any others. In pre-season I work pass and shooting and then some running. So this is basic things to get to into the game. Thanks for the question, and then this shirt's coming to the you.
Well, you know, when you made your debut, you're more excited. You know, exciting. So you work hard to feel better and to play better with your teammates in your first game. I think the main thing is that they have to work hard every day on the pitch in training. Then, you know, you can be lucky, because when I made my debuts there were 2 strikers injured, so you have to be ready and get your chance.
Hi Rosslee, Mamis, thanks for the question. I'd say I'd probably focus on my fitness in pre-season because it's probably the priority, and once you've got your fitness and your match sharpness, I think the technical abilities will just show themselves.
Well, the inspiration for the new Manchester United kit is inspired from around 1977. So we wanted to have recreate a classic Manchester United look. We feel we've done that with the core Manchester United colours of the red body, a really nice colour as well. So that's really the inspiration for the Manchester United kit.
I hope it's bring us the luck the next year and you'll celebrate this kit.
Yeah, I really like it. Obviously it's exciting times, we get a new kit, all the players are excited, but I think it's a winner.
I feel good when I put the United in my body.
And it's good when you top it off with yellow boots as well.
Yeah.
As long as red, red, white, black, I like this color, so it's great.
I think everyone's really happy with it. I think that's why everyone's smiling. If it wasn't good, I'm sure they'd tell you. Definitely, they're quite honest when it comes to that, brutally honest, but I think everyone's pleased.
Some people think the season's just ended. For us, it's just begun.
New day, new season, same story. Pre-season hurts, but losing hurts even more.
It's not glamorous.
It's not pretty. It's just graft.
It's where you earn a place in the starting lineup.
You have to fight for your place.
You have to fight for your place.
You have to fight for your place.
You don't own the shirt, you earn it.
If you're serious about your season, get serious about your pre-season.